Look, I haven't recorded in a while. I don't know how to start. I don't even know how to say the word start anymore. It's been so long. It says torch there on the right instead of flashlight. This game's British. Maybe we shouldn't play it anyway. Welcome to HOLLOWBODY. It's been a while. I've been having a life, one that is not the greatest. But hey, I'm playing a video game here, hanging out with you again. And I don't know what hold subtitles mean, like if that means all subtitles stay on forever, or if subtitles exist, we're gonna keep it off for the first cutscene. If it doesn't have subtitles, we'll turn it back on and hold. I know you love your subtitles, I know everyone does. Anyway, welcome to HOLLOWBODY. It's a recent release horror game that apparently has been patched 5 times. I was reading on the Steam community that, like, apparently the melee combat was crappy until, like, patch 4. But let's launch it anyway. Let's have some fun. It's October, it's scary, it's like 2:45 a.m. right now. Casual, reduced enemies with weaker attacks, or the intended gameplay experience. Well, you know me. I'm the intended gamer. That'd be a pretty bad name to have. Unless it was intended by God. In the mid-21st century, a catastrophic incident unfolded along the western coast of the British Isles, aka British Isles were visited by anyone from outside of Britain. No, I gotta not press A, never mind. A suspected bioterrorism attack of unknown origins, targeting one of numerous British cities, long since plagued by economic hardship and depravity. Yeah, Brexit kinda did that, didn't it? Good country they got over there. As panic swept the nation, authorities and private security firms raced against time to evacuate the fortunate few deemed high-value citizens to the neighboring city of Aonis. And in Britain, high-value citizens, of course, means white people. I'm already back with the good political commentary that is absolutely true, and anyone who disagrees with it is an idiot. Anyway, a sprawling metropolis, constructed atop a man-made landmass, floated in the expanse of the North Atlantic Ocean. We're going to Outer Heaven from Metal Gear Solid 5, that's a 10-year-old reference almost now. Fearing the unchecked contagion could spread, towering walls were erected around the western cities, sealing them off from the rest of civilization. Man, I don't use my tongue very often, in any context really. Weeks of relentless orbital strikes rained down on what were once bustling urban centers, incinerating any vestiges of hope for those abandoned within the quarantine zone. That sounds like a good idea to do with Britain. YouTube, that is a joke. Do not ban me. Britain, that is not at all a joke. I never want to visit you. 6 long decades have passed since the fall of the western cities. What do they mean by Western? That usually means white in most online contexts. Well, many who suffered strive to forget. There are still those fighting for answers and justice. You can go. You can go forward. Thank you. It's loading. Isn't that epic? I just saw my cursor pop on screen for one. I'm gonna move it in case it's just that I don't see my cursor anymore. It's gone forever. One RPC research team, whatever it said after that. Yeah, this is my first time opening this up also, so we'll see how it goes. It looked cool from
Sasha, time to spill the beans.
As they do in Britain, onto the toast. I have a butt.
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Come on, we've all got one.
I'm gay.
Signing up with an underfunded group of activists, pushing back against everything those fuckers hang over us.
Shouldn't swear in the first minute, it's bad for
views. You don't make a call like that without some kind of beef.
We don't eat beef here, we eat beans.
Pretty vanilla. They took my son.
Oh, jeez. Really? I'm sorry.
Vanilla's a big deal in Britain.
Kid fell into the wrong group, got offered a way out. He signed up 2 years ago now.
Now he's in Antifa. He's doing evil things like protesting racism.
Or at least I thought so. Sites always find a way in. Fill the kids' heads with lies.
This is so real to Britain. This is like 1 minute after Brexit.
My mother was one of the kids that made it out. Her parents weren't so lucky. We almost screwed up. That much they couldn't hide. I'm just sick of no one being held accountable.
Welcome to capitalism, baby.
Right, hence this team. You wanted to get close. Start at the source and work your way back.
Like how he said you wanted to get close as soon as he stopped so I could bump into him.
She passed 2 months back now. I guess this is just my way of making sense of that.
Flat grass.
I'm sorry. It's an all too familiar story. You're among friends here. We'll get answers no matter what.
I'm going to make an Among Us joke. He said Among. Among Us is like 10 years old now. Make your way to the beach with Charlie. That's, buddy, the beach is that way. Where are you going? Where are you going? That's a house. That's not a beach. That's your average British dwelling over there. Your average British sunny day. My butt's weird. I have brown boot. It's a very common problem in the British Isles. I hear everything's mud. Here in Canada, everything's not snow, actually. I think it didn't snow once, like the whole goddamn winter. Or maybe it snowed a couple times, but 2 years ago Christmas, I went skating Christmas Eve. Last year Christmas Eve, it was raining. There was no snow at all. It was like 50 billion degrees. Climate change is fake. It's gonna get like a... If I were famous, that would get like a little notion, a little note under my video. The climate change is real. Woke has infected YouTube. That's why we pay Matt Walsh millions of dollars to be a transphobe, homophobe, and racist. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys. No Mark?
No Markiplier today. Sorry you're stuck with me.
Had to ask you about something?
Yeah, he's not here.
Just filming oil, no.
Obviously.
No wait, he finished that.
Buddy, got a job to do here.
You didn't say anything else? No, he just bailed halfway up the hill.
Oh yeah, I'm playing on my PC, which I have never recorded on before. So the volume might be fucked. It's gonna take some trial and error.
Taking a dump or something.
He said poopy.
Sure, I'm on it.
Markiplier poops just like everyone else. Like an old LB to run there. So it might take some effort to get, I haven't audio mixed in like a year, so bear with us please. Ooh. Camera angles. I've heard of these. Lady hearth. That's not a hearth, that's a boat. That's not a lady. In one of my classes, a crappy literature class that sucks ass and I hate it, we read a poem, an old poem by... Don't tell me what to do. By Alfred Tennyson, The Lady of Shalott. And like it's got some good symbolism and whatnot, but man, it's kind of gay. It's kind of, and I mean that in like I don't mean that like in the children used to say that way. I mean that it is sort of homosexual, and it's like I could feel a lot of queerness from it. That it probably wasn't intended just about like the isolation and the you fall in love, you die, that kind of thing. Society fucking kills you. There's nothing here. This is an interesting ass game. I get to jog around a little gray path. Also, if you haven't noticed, I think this is going for the PS2 horror, like Silent Hill aesthetic, which I am 100% down for. Which I'm 100% Silent Hill down for. Xbox 360 game that sucks my big fat ass. I would like to play that someday.
Hello?
On the channel, I mean, I have it.
Damn. Where could he have gone?
Yeah, Markiplier hasn't uploaded in like a week now. We gotta go find him. He's somewhere in Britain. He's lost among the infected. God, if Markiplier like came out as like racist, transphobe, my heart would be broken. But alas, he
Mark! Hello? Mark, come on! We've got a job to do!
he is a definite like trans everyone ally except white supremacist, which is nice. Charlie Moist Critical recently, just when people were suspecting of him of transphobia for misgendering the bad Mr. Beast woman, which is probably much anyone that associates with Mr. Beast and is a woman. For people were saying he wasn't gendering her correctly or using the right pronouns. That's Mark's mask, I know that. Cusco used that mask. I can't touch it though. Unless I'm pressing the wrong unless I can't just turn on the spot, I have to run. What does Y button do? I haven't tried Y button. and people were accusing Charlie of being transphobic, and then he just like came out and said like, I did not know her pronouns. I was under the impression they were this, even though I'm now aware that they're not. I am in favor of trans people and trans healthcare. And it was pretty freaking epic as a trans person, I gotta say, because I kind of always suspected, or expected rather, that Charlie would just become alt-right one day to be like, what's up guys? Today I'm here to talk about trans people. Aren't they just delusional? I don't know, it just seemed like something about his aesthetic and like general centrist attitude for a lot of things. I don't know if you're aware, but there's kind of no centrist position on human rights and existences of minority groups. There's not a half and half. The camps are not a compromise. The no health care is not a compromise. So damn, we've been looking for Markiplier for a while. It's been like 5 minutes or so. Time passes differently when you're I can't move. Well, better go down then. Where did I get that? She didn't pull nothing out of her butt pocket. Hello everybody! I was burned in the iron lung set. Now they have to put me in a real iron lung. Micah's apartment, city of Aeonis. Aeonis nuts, 12 days later. Aeonis nuts.
Meek, my guy pulled through. He's got the pass.
Damn, he got the N-word pass. Amazing. I shouldn't be racist, that's not nice.
Sure you want to do this?
She's still out there, Tax. Somewhere. Scared and alone.
I get it, Meek. You got about 24 hours before the clearance gets flagged. You missed that window, and I got 2 lost friends.
Oh, a flying car. Okay, maybe Brexit wasn't so bad.
My guy's waiting on the east sheet, Borough 7 near the underpass.
I'm trying so hard.
Once he's flashed the clearance mod on your hover, he'll set you up with some blocks.
Not to say that British people would use hover cars
When you're about an hour from the city limits.
for horrible terrorist attacks
I'll keep you
on their own people
You know as well as me, anything happens out there, and you're on your own.
of different colors.
Last chance, Meek. You sure this is the right call?
She's coming home, Tax.
Man, I've really been ragging on those British today. How can anyone not? I do follow some of the good ones on Twitter, so I know some British are actually not British. What's my cursor doing? Get out of there. Go back to the game. I lost the game. Am I in control? Okay, I'm sure that didn't affect the recording at least. Also, you lost the game. That was a good little cutscene of me driving there. How do I bleep the bloops on the screen?
Severe weather conditions identified.
Thanks, I did that with my eyes.
You think? What gave it away?
She's just like me.
Several of my atmospheric sensors are reading concerning levels.
That was a
of-
rhetorical question, Beeb.
I recommend that we establish a safe landing zone with the utmost urgency.
Of course, the British navigation's
It's all right,
called Beeb.
We're about 3 miles out from where Sasha was posted. You think you can hold on?
There is a statistical probability that ignoring these warnings may result in an incident with fatal repercussions. Sorry, I'm unable to process your request. The root function
Beep?
termination is protected. It will require administrator.
Uh-oh. I'm in a Tesla. But there's not even any children in front of me. Wait a minute, did you swear? It's inappropriate. It's a nice little Lamborghini there. Video games have a lot of setup, a lot of intro. Started to like, I woke to the acrid smell of an electric fire, rain pounding on the cracked windshield of my hover. I tried to call for help, but my radio couldn't catch a signal through the storm. Sasha was out there somewhere. If we were to stand any chance of getting out of here, I'd need an evac plan. I had to find a vantage point, someplace high enough to get a signal through my radio and call for help. Now, I started Sly Cooper 1 recently, and that game just throws you into it. I love it. Just press A, go, steal stuff. This wasn't over. Why does it auto? Maybe I should put on hold. Oh wait, there were subtitles. They just didn't hold. I guess hold means you have to press A in time, but fine with the way it's set up right now for now. System critical.
Tax, do you copy?
Lady, the narrator already said that you couldn't. I'm pretty sure that's you. Torch button. I remember the torch button. Oh, does this have like film grain and rain and shit? That's gonna affect my bit rate and recording. And this is on a better computer than I used to record, so it's definitely gonna not drop as many frames, but that means it's gonna be a bigger file size. That's bad for a live. I'm not made out of file size space. What was that? That rock looks like it's shaped like a big griffin cat statue thingy without wings. I already figured out how to toggle Micah's torch. Don't really need it in this situation. Oh yeah, and I'm using a newer controller because my old fucking Xbox controller that I spent $30 getting, can't touch the doors, getting a custom of the right stick just stopped, like it drifts horribly, and I couldn't fix it after taking it apart. I assume it needs to be like resoldered or something. And I looked into it, and apparently like years ago, press A to interact when pickup is displayed. Years ago, Microsoft like got a class action lawsuit for the controllers just drifting all the time, being faulty, and instead of doing anything about it, they just settled the lawsuit, paid the people, never did anything. Medical repair spray. I wasn't finished reading that. I'll take it. Repair spray has been added to inventory.
Thank God nanotech doesn't have a shelf life.
I think nanotech would have a pretty small shelf life. I can't turn the camera or anything, it's fixed angles. Silent Hill 2 wasn't fixed angles, you could turn around, it just took forever. This is as fast as I can go, by the way. I'm holding the little run button. Little run town, USA. So maybe I should turn on toggle run, because that was really useful in the Dead Space remake. Also, I may sound quieter than usual. I'm gonna, again, audio mix and stuff, but instead of my usual big fancy microphone, I'm just using a $40 Logitech headset right now for comfort, because that setting up takes a lot of effort that my depressed brain doesn't have, and I just want to record something rather than fret about, like, oh, I have to have the audio perfect first and everything has to be good, because, like, at the end of the day, just you and me, bud. And if you're putting up with it this far, you're probably sticking around through the shit. So thank you. Thanks for coming and hanging with me. And if you're wondering why I keep referring to you and bud, it's, I read Anne Frank's diary over the summer. Also, it's October 2024, or it's just before, it's like September 20-something. And oh, I can turn the camera. It's not totally. Should I like explore? Do I have like a map? I do have like a map. And throughout her diary, she's always like, "This is where Where's my what am I? Oh, item. Oh, this is my inventory. Cool. It's 3D. I only have 8 bullets. E-series revolver. Inspect. Favored among private security firms. Cool. I have a Kotak radio, a lighter, just like Chris from Resident Evil. And throughout it, she's just like starting at some point. I can't remember if it begun that way, but she addresses all her diary entries with "Dear Kitty" and writes as though she's talking to like a pen pal or someone. And I found it very charming and like helped with following the story rather than just speaking as though you weren't addressing anyone. Oh, I'm looking at docs. Sorry. Can I like scroll? Oh, I have next. Sasha's letter. Micah, honey, you might want to be sitting down for this one. I took the job. I know how you feel. I care about how you feel. But this is too important to me. I'm losing sleep over this shit. I keep running it through my head over and over, and each time I feel like there's a piece missing. You said you didn't understand, but I don't need you to understand. I just need you to know that this isn't about you and me or some one-way trip. I'm not going to die. I'm not going there to die. I'm going because I need to know something. The team's all checked out. We've got a way in and an afternoon to find something concrete. We'll be in and out before you know it. This whole thing will be just another job. Please don't hate me. I love you. Is that my wife? Is that my little wifey wife? Am I playing another lesbian horror game of which everyone should play Signalis? I kind of want to go off this beaten route, but if she's not going to be slow anymore. Okay, explore. I heard, or I read a comment that said this game's pretty short, so hopefully won't be here all year. Probably just going to aim for a nice little, like, 1 hour and a half session for now. Come back later, because it's, again, 3 a.m. I have a part-time job in the morning, school during the week. So I'm not exactly made out of time. Ooh, I can play in my video game. Can I use the slide? Maybe I should go back to the path. Doesn't seem like there's anything of import over here. What's that on the floor? Is that import? Or is that little rocks? That's little rocks. What about my map? Oh, that door's got a little maybe. Maybe that door's got a little maybe. Let's go check it out. Can I talk to that dumpster? Oh. Cameras. I can! Oh, I think I'm going the right way. And I gotta go in that window to progress the game or something, but what if it's side? I want to do the not progress first. What if it's a progress? Let me check around here. Oh yeah, this is a horror game, by the way, so be afraid, be very afraid. Can I go in here? No. I'm gonna run back to the road and I'll see you there, since you have the magic of, like, closing your eyes. Just imagine that's what's happening. Okay, I'm on the road again. Let's save you a nice little 10 seconds there. It's the bad thing about this, instead of us hanging out in real life, is I can't force you to look at me forever. Actually, one of my best friends, whenever we're hanging out and we're, like, watching something, he looks at me a lot to, like, you see my reactions to things that are happening in what we're watching. Looks like the street was intentionally closed off. What were they trying to keep out? Never mind. Need to get a signal through to tax. I think I saw an alleyway leading to the apartment block back by that rusty mech. There was a rusty mech, I didn't even know. Let's say Isekai. Oh, it says Seek. Thought that said Isekai. Oh, I found a little observation report. Cool. Oh, it did. Oh, it's weird. Observation. The paper is covered with rows of numbers and dates. Some lines appear to be marked with red X. It seems to be some sort of observation report, possibly monitoring activities of various residents. Okay. And like that, like, I love him a lot. I love that he cares about me and wants me to, like, laugh at things and loves looking at me. But sometimes I don't want to be looked at that often, and I've been having this problem for a few months where I'm an incredibly sad person, and I'll just, like, cry about random things that I think about, and sometimes I want him to know, oh, there's a ruined mech. I want him to be not looking at me so I can cry, and, like, I've cried in front of them before, and I know I shouldn't, like, feel bad about it. And an old industrial mech sits lifeless, collapsed into a residential building. But there's, oh, it said pick up. That said pick up. That is not what I can't pick up the mech game. Why are you putting a pick up in my corner if I can't pick it up? And, like, it's just something about it. Like, he's got a lot going on. I don't want him to be worrying about me, and it's just something I do all the time, so it's really not that big a deal. I'm a little crier. I love crying. I've probably mentioned this before, but when I was, like, 16, I was super duper depressed, and, like, I really wanted to cry, and it just wouldn't come out. For, like, 3 goddamn years I couldn't cry, and so when I finally could again, it was like, okay, I'm not gonna take the ability to cry for granted anymore. If I want to cry, I'm just gonna cry. It's gonna be great, and we're gonna love it. They call her Cry and Live. She's always whining. Pick up. Pick up. Resident Harry Tyndale. Occupation, civil services, condition deceased, cause pulmonary embolism. Oh, that's when your pulmonary gets embolized. Can I have that little ammo there? Can I have that? I want that. Can I have that? I got it. Well, it didn't pick up before. Should I go back and check if it picks up? So maybe I should have equipped my little... Did I do a sync test? Down, up, down. There you go, there's your sync test. Item. Pistol. Wow. Equip. So I can lock on. I can stomp. Stomp. I can fire. I can switch target, and I can reload. It's a boring reload animation. Well, I'm not going to run back to that mech. Whatever's on the ground there, I hope it isn't the most important thing in the game. It's the shotgun, I'll never get another one. Climb up on that little pudge device, that little pudge depository. Well, your slimy green pudge. Let's go in the window. I should stop my audio.